There are so many funny moments in Kimmy Takes the Cake. I'm really pleased that the final ever Rugrats segment is really entertaining. This is the second segment of the 14th episode of the ninth season of Rugrats. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this is technically the last episode because the order of the episodes on Wikipedia and IMDb are both questionable. So I don't know if this was the last one in production or the last one that aired, but certainly for me, it's the last one I've watched and the last one that I have to watch. And I have to say, I'm kind of emotional. It's been an amazing journey to rewatch the show. I'm quite surprised by how little of the show I actually remembered, despite the fact it was my favourite TV show growing up. And I'm kind of sad the journey is over, but very pleased that the last segment is fabulous. There will be spoilers for some funny things that happened because I want to share some specific highlights. And this focuses on Kimmy's birthday, and everybody's getting ready to go to this wonderful kind of castle environment that's great for children's parties. It's brightly coloured, it's vivid and vibrant, and there's a wonderful Reptar ice cream cake, and everybody's really excited. And Didi tells Stu to take the babies there. They're going ahead to set up, and Stu can arrive a little bit later with the babies once everything is ready. Fantastic. However, Didi tells Stu that the invitations with the address are on the table. And it just so happens that that is also where Taffy put down a flyer for a performance she's giving, which also happens to be at a castle based environment. But this venue is a lot darker and grungier and not the place where you'd have a baby's birthday party. And needless to say, Stu takes the babies there. And he's a little surprised to see Taffy there, but the penny doesn't drop. He doesn't realise he's in the wrong venue. And the babies, of course, don't know they're in the wrong venue. And they spend the entire episode trying to find any evidence that this is Kimmy's party. They're looking for balloons, they're looking for the cake, and they're very optimistic about giving Kimmy this great birthday experience. But as time goes on, they begin to worry that this isn't Kimmy's birthday party. The children are clearly smarter than Stu, but Stu is kind of preoccupied with his Pickles Ultimate Satellite System, which has the weird name of Puss, which I thought was quite peculiar. But he thinks Taffy's looking after the babies. Taffy has no idea she's meant to be doing this. The babies wander around, and we get some pretty hilarious results. And I found it to be really delightful. It's also very moving because Kimmy tries to reassure the other babies that it's okay if there are no balloons, and it's probably okay if there's no cake because she has the best friends around her, and that's what makes the birthday great. And I'm getting a little emotional. It was so moving, and I kind of don't want the series to end, but unfortunately, I guess it had to at some point. So, some particular highlights, things that I found to be rather fabulous. Phil and Lil coming out of the toilet, Phil holding his nose, and Lil just clutching this loo roll, I thought was adorable. Phil. Phil face planting the melty stuff, which is the ice cream cake that melted, I thought was fabulous. The baby's crowd surfing, absolutely brilliant. It's a very funny episode, very entertaining and very well done. I enjoyed it, but I'd like to think that this wasn't meant to be the final episode, as I feel like the final episode should have been a bit more monumental. It should have involved a lot more of the characters, for example, Angelica. Actually, surprised Angelica wasn't invited to Kimmy's birthday party. That's a little bit strange now that I'm thinking about it, but maybe it was intentional. But I feel like the final episode should have, involved all of the characters. And I don't know, it could have been about a family barbecue or something. Just any kind of situation where they all legitimately could have been there without it feeling forced. And, Grandpa, of course, and Lulu, Spike definitely should have involved and Susie as well. So for me, I don't think it's a worthy final episode, but at the same time, I'm glad it's the final episode or the final segment that I watched because I've ended on a really strong note. It really is a really solid quality episode. And I have to say, I'm sad it's over. It's not technically over because I still need to watch All Grown Up and the reboot and maybe Preschool Days. We'll see how that goes. But either way, Kimmy Takes the Cake is a really solid episode. It really made me laugh. And for me, a really positive way to end the series.